Heyo, this is Stracco, and today we've got a build for the Guardian. Now, I like to call this the Phoenix Guardian because basically it is nothing but fire attack up. So we've got increased character skill duration, starting armament deals fire damage, and two fire attack power-ups, one ultimate art gauge charge, improved throwing pot damage because I have nothing better, and Vigor plus 3, physical attack up plus 1. So the idea here is we're going to try to find a good fire weapon and basically use that to clear most of the content. And then we're going to have to probably swap off of it to fight this boss because this boss resists the hell out of fire. Now, Guardian is a very cool character. Um, Mostly in his character skill is insane, but also he has some surprising depth with what he can do in general. So his whole gimmick is, as I clear out this camp, that when you're blocking, if you dodge, first he's got the worst dodge in the game. This is his dodge. That's that. But if you're blocking and you dodge, oh, not like that. You get a buffed dodge that takes way less stamina to use. So, bam. Knocks them right back. He's also got a ton of poise, and he's got what is probably the best AoE ability in the game. So that is the increased duration making that happen, but in general, his character skill is just, it completely clears any mobs. Better than anyone's. I'd say Wilder's is better just because it's got more overall utility, but his is just insane at what it does. Now, we've got a pretty rough spawn here, so we're gonna hit this up for a fire weapon, like I said, and then after, we're gonna hop right on this tree and go get a smithing stone and a flask. But yeah. Oh, nice. Now, I don't know. I've seen a lot of people say that this game is too hard. But I don't know. To me it feels just hard enough, because if you've ever played a roguelike before, you're not supposed to win every run. And it's kind of weird to me that that seems to be what people wanted from this. Like, if you're treating the run back to bosses like it's a run back and not like it's the game, I think you're going to have a very, very miserable time trying to enjoy this game. Now, which I get, depending on, yeah, this skill's insane. Oh, I don't have my shield up. Uh-oh. Still a Chrome soft camera. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm hitting a fire enemy with fire damage at the moment. Okay, well. This is going pretty rough. Oh, he has a beard. Never noticed that. Oh, this is rough. But I'm not losing too much. Mostly I'm just losing time in the run back. Oh. If I had a better weapon for fighting fire enemies, this would be going a lot better, but alas. Made my bed, I'll lay in it. Now if I fight anything weak to fire, they're gonna get absolutely lit up. The problem is, nothing in this game is ever weak to fire outside of, like, starting enemies, but that's kind of every Chrome game. Fire is almost without fail the worst element. The only exception is Dark Souls 1, and even then it was hit or miss. I didn't get a fire weapon after all that. I guess the Improved charging conditions, improved sorceries. Okay, sure. Very, very unlucky. It's fine. Luckily, we weren't relying on that for our main way of winning, but it still kind of sucks. I'm gonna drop here. This is my favorite boss because it's usually super quick. This is the ult of the Guardian. You do a dive. So cool. Oh, but yeah, I don't know. The more I've played the game, the more the difficulty has felt just right. It starts out a little rough, but that's just because you don't have gear. Like, for real. Spiked spear, full moon crossbow. Shit, dude. I mean, you're not going to get the perfect run every time. And that's one of those things where you just have to accept it. Like, there's nothing else to do. You just have to accept it. But that also means that when you do get a perfect run, it feels a lot better. The more I've played, the one thing I will say is I really wish there was just a little bit more map variety. The variety mainly comes in... I mean, I don't want to spoil, but basically, if you... Jeez, he just laid my ass out. If you... I don't know if it's like a time-based thing, or if it just happens when you beat a boss, but the map will go through these radical changes. And it's the main variety in the game, I'd say, at the moment. But it's also kind of hit or miss, because one, I don't know what makes it happen. But two, it makes matchmaking really difficult. If you're trying to matchmake, and your world state isn't the other person's, it just doesn't work. My friend and I waited in queue for 35, 40 minutes when we had the mountain shift. We never even got to see it because we just had to give up. Because, like, no one queues up. I guess because the game is hard enough on its own, but, like, nobody queues up with the effects active, so you're kind of forced, if you don't want to play solo, to just go sleep and clear them. So, yeah. TLDR, map will have special effects happen. Those special effects limit your ability to matchmake. Most people just use this mechanic where you lay in bed and it clears the effect, so you don't actually get to enjoy it. It's really frustrating, honestly. Yeah, I'm excited to see... This game has so much potential. I want to see long-term support, but I don't know. It's FromSoft. I don't think FromSoft has ever done a live service game well. In fact, outside of Marvel Rivals and like the Hitman games, I feel like in general, I just never see live service done well. It's hard to do, yeah, but like, it feels like companies that promise live service tend to just let their games die. Which is really disappointing, especially when games have a great concept. I don't know if that was a boss or not. Okay, I guess not. Alright, for night one, we're doing really well. I wish I had a better weapon, but it is what it is. Ba-ba-ba. Ooh, speaking of better weapon, it's a crossbow. Any good effect, though? Improved holy damage negation. Nope. I could do this real quick. So, we saw a ghostly figure as we jumped into the camp. That was a merchant, and every merchant also... Oops. Every merchant also has a anvil next to them that you can use to upgrade your weapon. I messed up. So, because we just found a smithing stone 1... Ooh, never mind. Bam. Ooh. Drink! Oh, that didn't hit me. We shield poking. I've just given him a smoke screen. Uh-oh. Oof. Okay, I think I have time to heal, but it's gonna be close. Uh-oh. Ooh, shit. Heal? Dude, stagger, please. Oh. Okay. Hey, a gargoyle solver. Improved physical damage negation. That'd be really nice. I'm greeting. At this point, I'm kind of gambling that I'm gonna find something better. But, let's see if I can't find... That should kill all of them. It's a very powerful ability. I want to find the merchant that I saw when I jumped into the camp. Very, very helpful to upgrade your weapon. Now, like I said, I can't commit to the fire because this boss resists the hell out of it. But... Ah, there he is. Bam. Merchant. Upgraded. Check it. These guys always sell some pretty useful stuff, too. If you ever... Magic, lazuli, glintstone sword, gargoyle poison, twin blade, sacred warped axe. Like, yeah, case in point. Magma whip candlestick. Goddamn. The small pouch is really good. Just increases your equipment slots. Actually, I'm gonna pick one up. Remember, I do have increased throwing pot damage. It might not be like a core part of my build, but yo. Sick. A better shield is usually the hardest thing for me to find as this character. I don't know why, I just never get lucky with shields. Fire grease, why not? Okay, well, if this boss is weak to fire, boy do we have a build going. I can't figure out how to get up. Yeah, I don't know. I'd really, coming back to it, sorry that this is going to be rambly. I think I'll get better with this as time goes by. But, I'd love to see FromSoft actually commit to long-term support of this game. Because it could print them money. Like, dude, just a monetization like Dead by Daylight. Fucking ranged, really? A monetization like Dead by Daylight where it's like $5 for new characters, but you could buy them with in-game stuff. Oh my god. They would pop off. Also, they've got an entire system for skins. Dude, do you know how sick it would be to have, like, crossover skins, even if you could only get them by paying money? Like, oh, it's a whole new, like, world that FromSoft could explore. Now, granted, I'm sure there will be some people that say, oh, but that sucks, I hate paid monetization, but, like, dude, when you make skins that are like crossover event skins, it's free money. Like, it is just... I don't know. It's not only free money, but that type of stuff is what lets them keep working on the game. Because it costs money to hire a dev. Usually a lot of it. So when games don't seem like they're making that money back, they get dropped. But like, I would gladly, if they want to monetize the people that are going to spend money on stuff like, I don't know, a Berserk skin for Wilder, because he already is half Artorias, or sorry, he's already like half Guts with how he works. Dude. Ugh. We've had really good and or really bad, depending on how you look at it, luck with getting these demi-humans. Chill, bro. Not that deep. Alright. I've entered phase 2 as well. Whoa. Chill. There's some issues with target lock in this game, I will say. Like, your lock-on can sometimes just get stuck in really annoying ways. Bam! Double kill. Whew. Wait, doesn't bury that guy? I'm dodging. Okay. So as this character, I think I'm actually going to take on the fortress, depending on what it is. If it's trolls, that's rough. Yeah, it's trolls. Anyway, fortress is probably the best place to go in this game. Only caveat being, it also can be a bit difficult. What are you? Oh, it's a Zamarin hero. Okay, sick. Oh, it's a Black Knife Assassin. Backstab. Bam. It'd help if you came back inside. Poke. Back here. Black knives are usually very bad about breaking shield. Not this one. This one is in fact mad that I'm trying to apply a general rule to her. This is where the Guardian can struggle a little bit. Things that just rush you down and keep putting out hitboxes really hurt. But as long as we pick our souls back up, that was actually a pretty good first send. Because bosses don't heal. And we brought her to half HP. Yeah, what you're about to see is what normally happens. Bro, get over here. I dodged, but I was pressing block, so I did get the dodge. This is gonna hurt. Like, don't get it twisted. The dodge came out. I did get a dodge. It just dodged into a grab. My dodge tried to block. I'm dead. I'm not sure how useful this is. Yeah. Okay. When dodging blue attacks as the Guardian, you have to let go of block. Otherwise, it attempts to do the enhanced guard thing, and that happens. I was gonna say, oh cool, I'm winning. Bro, can you please stop? Fuck! I was healing. I think Guardian might be the hardest character to fight a Black Knife with. The poise is nice, but you just can't dodge this type of stuff. Oh. Bam. Okay. Whew. Loretta's War Sickle. Let's do it. Level 9. That's big. So I believe back up when wielding 2 armaments, plus 13. Okay, we're gonna slowly restore HP. And a better shield. That, I guess. I was gonna say, we should be about to have the knight grow stronger. Got him. I don't know that I'm actually doing more damage here with this weapon, by the way. 141. Oh, I'm definitely doing more damage with this. Perfect. Trolls are very weak, but they're very annoying too. Reason being, a lot of the time with these guys, when you try to fight one of them, they join in. Of course, they're not gonna nicely show that off for me, but... Ooh, that's big. That was an archery great shield. Defeating enemies restores HP. That's sick. Okay. You can also get to the top of the fortress, where there is a boss fight. You could do that by going up, left, up again, and there is a super boss up here. I normally don't bother fighting them, because they're just too strong. I think I can actually take... Oh, okay, God. Bird. If you can find something with this character that gives you better stamina regen, take it. Like, just take it, man. Always. I don't know. I find his mechanic neat, but kind of... It can almost hurt me more than it helps sometimes. Because, like, I don't really know that I want to block any of these things' attacks. I mean, it's cool that I can do it without taking any damage, but... Unless you get stuff for enhanced guard counters, it's honestly probably more worth it to just dodge, even with the very low dodge that he has. Oof. Uh-oh. Oh, that was close. Oof. And then there's also times like that where your shield just gets hit around anyway. Uh-oh. That was the buffed defense coming in clutch. Gonna be a big burst of damage. Hell yeah. Ooh. That was trolling. Now, overall, I think this was still worth it, because I brought him to 30%, and I'm pretty sure I can finish him off. Oh, I'm screwed. I can't get up. Shit. Okay, this was not worth it. I'm not going to be able to get up there to fight him again. Does this have... Oof. Looking for a win in collections now, because I don't think I'm going to be able to actually kill him unless I bleed him. That's bad. That is very bad. Ugh. That's the other thing they can do. They could hit around your thing sometimes. Your, dodge mechanic. Shit. I'm not gonna have time. They're closing in. Well, this is what happens. Sometimes you take a gamble and it just doesn't pay off. This is one of those times. Unless the... Okay, if the circle spawns close to me, like here-ish, I'll have time. If it spawns here, I'm cooked. I can't fight this guy. Maybe with a lucky bleed from the Kukris, but like, I'm coping really hard. I'm coping really hard here. But that's just part of the process. I knew I didn't have a good weapon for this, and I greeted because I saw that it was a tree sentinel, and I was like, oh, these guys are weak. Lo and behold. Well, that's not gonna help. $98. He's gonna hit me, isn't he? Nope, okay. 98. I'm so screwed. I honestly think the thing to do is just take my runes and leave. I have iframes for my ult. Just one more hit. Bro. All that for that. Well. I guess I'm also level 11. We can get a heal from that. Maybe... No, I think I lose too much time. It's not worth. Another positive of the bird, he is the best character for running through a circle. Not because this is ever a particularly good thing to be doing, but because he's just got a shit ton of health. Sick. So I'll be able to get this. This was a rough one. But ultimately, if I lose here, it's a result of my own decisions. And that is the thing to keep in mind. I could maybe clear this because it doesn't seem like it's a very high level camp. No, I'm just too far. This is going to be a very rough one. Maybe I can get to level 13, but that's like the only upside that I have. Oof. Yeah, dude. These church locations were just rough. Perfect. That's what I mean. If I was holding block there, I would have just gotten blown up by trying to block that. Really? Those aren't a spell? For those who don't know, Golden Retaliation, which is the skill on this shield, if you use it into a spell, it reflects it back. But I guess what this guy is doing doesn't count, so it just doesn't do anything. Which is good to know, because that means it's not going to do anything to the boss either. Please stop. Oh, dying here is such a joke. Okay. Skill. This character's skill's insanely good. The only problem is it has no iframes. So like in situations like that where I want to use it, I just can't. It's not like Wilders where you could just toss it out and it's super quick. He followed me up. Alright. Ow. Can you stop? Oof. You know, I'm doing a really good job using my stuff, using my perk, but I genuinely think I should just stop and just dodge. Oh my god. He's gonna activate his thing. I'm gonna walk straight into the initial hit because I'm just not thinking. Oof, geyser. Okay, lock in. I'm getting blood lost. Oof. No. Well, this one sucked. That is the way it goes. I'll be honest, Guardian, I'm just not very good with shields. Oh well. We're gonna just walk around here for a second and think about what we did wrong. I don't know, I really struggle with this character outside of playing in team. Because it just... having your dodge become a block with this low of range is just annoying. But like, okay. As a character like Wilder, what you could do, right? You could hold L1, and what you do is you press circle to try to dodge. If you're late, you block it. It's basically an option select if you play a fighting game. As this character, pressing circle while holding block just gets you a buffed block. But a lot of the time, enemies in this game, and Elden Ring in particular, just... they freak out at you. And so when you're stuck blocking them, even if you're doing it with a buff, you just get shredded. So it's almost harder. Also, this whirlwind thing, I think I just prefer the one that does the damage in a burst. I think it's better, but this lingering one has its uses. I really like this character's ultimate, though. I think this is just cool. And you could hold it, which I don't know how long this protective area can last, but look at that. I'm invincible. I don't think there's a limit on this. Oh, and of course you can charge. Makes it a lot bigger, as opposed to what it normally is. So this is doing it quick. This is charging. I don't think you should ever not charge his skill, just because it charges so fast. But yeah. Alright. Next up, we're going to be playing the Iron Eye, who, spoiler, is probably going to be an easy win. But you never know. Alright, well, till next time. See ya.